Thank you. I couldn't resist not putting my 2 cents in. I've been in Providence for 40 years. I have a consulting business, and I work with nonprofit organizations throughout the state of Rhode Island and beyond. And I can think of about 100 different ways that I would invest $4 million a year for the next 20, 30 years to produce a bigger result than the stadium would ever produce for the state of Rhode Island and for the city of Providence. I've been continuously challenged by neighbors who have left when their kids reached school age because they didn't have the confidence in the public school system. So that would be the first place I would probably invest money. We have multiple studies on the impact of the arts in Rhode Island. And so those are great investments too, because those organizations, I'm sure, could figure out how to spend $4 million that would bring lots of people into the state and generate jobs. We could reduce our prison population, I'm sure, by investments in the people who are coming out of prison or that we're throwing into prison, which would have a significant economic impact on the state of Rhode Island because of the huge cost of prison. And just, I urge those of you who didn't have an opportunity to read Ted Nesi's write-up of Victor Matheson, the Holy Cross professor's analysis of baseball stadiums, to read it because it's the best one. There are a number of us here who attended that event, but just a few things that he said. In every study, and he said there's not an economist anywhere who would tell you that there's any economic benefit to be derived from public subsidies of any sports event, anywhere at all. None of any kind. So if we are making the investment in a stadium for a new stadium and for bringing the Paw Sox from Pawtucket to Providence, it's purely for psychological reasons. It's purely sort of fulfilling the edifice complex of development, which we seem to have in this state, that we think if we invest in something really big, structure, that somehow that's going to produce some significant economic development. I don't know that any of those have actually done that yet for our state. It seems that the smaller investments are the ones that pay off. He also said that for Sam, there isn't a stadium anywhere that pays property taxes for their city. So all of them are subsidized by the city in property taxes. And as I understand the structure of baseball right now, because my sons are fanatics about structure, that this current franchise has approval over the ability to bring any other franchise into the state of Rhode Island. So there may not even be the option, right, that we could have another franchise. And right now, Major League Baseball doesn't allow any public ownership of any team. So that and I believe that, you know, if we're going to put money into something, we should have an equity interest in it, and that might be a better investment strategy for the state of Rhode Island just in general on any of the things that we're doing. The other thing Matheson said is that the direct job subsidy for the stadium is $80,000 per year per job. All right, that's what we'd be subsidizing for the stadium. And with all deference to the dear construction worker who is here, I'm sure he could also get work if we were refurbishing the stadium. Matheson did say, you know, he basically suggested call their bluff. They may or may not leave. I like baseball, I have to say. It's not, you know, not going to feel hurt or injured if they leave Rhode Island. I know some people would, but for me, that wouldn't be what I would use as the criteria for making a decision. So I just hope that our officials, if they do have the opportunity to actually take any action on this, ask that question: how better could we use $120 million over the next 20 years to actually have an economic impact that benefits, as Greg said, most people, that reduces income inequality, that has some real numbers behind it, than this investment. So that's my wish.